Anna Mary Wetzel. She fell yesterday, and today is her 90th birthday. Exactly. It should not have happened. I don't know what happened, but she fractured her skull over her eye. She fractured an arm. She has a brain bleed. But she is aware. She is conscious. And right after our service and our finance meeting, I will go to Geisinger to visit with her. It's her 90th birthday. And I'll take that card that you signed for her, and all those who haven't signed it yet will pass it through in just a little bit. But I'm so deeply grateful that you make that happen. I could not visit with Anna Mary Wetzel if it would not be for you, for your kindness, your caring, and your support of our ministries. Anyone here wonder whether Jamie's music is heavenly? I always feel like heaven opens and I'm moved and touched when she plays. And I think of the children's choir, the joyful noise that she directs. I think of the senior choir, I think of the youth choir. I think of all the soloists that we will hear again, the ensembles, all the gifts and treasures of music. My friends, thank you. You make that possible. These children here and several others are going always to Sunday school. They're not going in the belly of the whale there, no. They're walking downstairs. Today they're learning about Noah, the ark, how God keeps Noah, his family, and the animals safely in the ark. And then when they come out, Noah sees that rainbow, and he hears God's voice, "Never ever do I want to destroy the earth again. There shall be peace on earth." It's a covenant of peace, my friends. The story of Noah, of Zacchaeus, of Moses, of the Exodus. Sunday school lays the foundation of the faith for these youngsters. They will carry that message in their hearts for the rest of their lives. You, my friends, you make that possible. That is amazing. Loaves and Fishes is one of my most favorite ministries here at St. Paul's, because we have hungry families in our community who do not have enough food to make it through the month. That's why we have Loaves and Fishes at the end of the month, to help them through the time until they get their next support check. The kitchen cupboard, sack food baskets, all of this, you make it possible through your gifts. It would not be possible without you and your generosity. My friends, I want you to feel great and proud about all that St. Paul stands for all that we together stand for. It's the church of my dreams. We live into what Jesus calls us to do, to love, to feed, to care for, to support, to be with people when they're hurting, when they're experiencing heartbreak and heartache. And two things that I'm as proud of as all that I've mentioned right now is 1 Hour Green Team. I'm so excited that we are moving toward renewal, innovation, to caring for God's creation. My friend, this is God's earth on which we're grounded and standing. It's not ours. And there is no planet B. This is it. And it's God's. And just like God put Adam and Eve in the garden to tend the garden, to care for the garden, so we are called as people of God to care for God's creation. How do we do that? We reduce the freezer use, we turn down the water heaters, we use less electricity. But that is not enough, my friends. I deeply believe we can plaster this roof facing the south with solar panels, the whole roof. I deeply believe we can do it. And imagine what a statement that is to our community, that we don't just talk about caring for God's creation, but that we do it. What a beautiful vision that is. You drive to Geisinger sometimes, you see on the left, Sunbury Bible Church. If they can do it, we can do it, my friends. I know we can. I know it deep down in my bones. And one thing, if you have never yet read the back of our programs, of our bulletins, what I'm so deeply proud about is that we are an all-inclusive congregation. God created us in different ways. And who are we not to love the people who God created them to be? It's God's love. And God's love is so much wider and broader than what we can grasp. My wife Sigrid and I experienced it firsthand with our son Felix, who was Kate before. We never had an idea how broad and how wide God's love is. As we walked through that transition with Felix, with our son, and God made us better parents through that transition. No one should be alone. No one should feel as an outsider. God welcomes all and loves and affirms and cares for each and every person, no matter what. That is what we stand for here at St. Paul's. And I'm deeply grateful and proud that we do stand for that. And that you make that possible. Today, I invite you very personally to join these, our ministries, through your giving and through your commitment. It would not happen, it does not happen without you, my friends. We had the conversation with Sigrid, my wife, and with me. What is generous giving? What is giving according to God's blessings, God's abundant blessings? And through the years, we have become more generous, more giving. And I tell you, it has become that one factor that helped us grow in faith, probably more than anything else. Why? Because it's our giving. We put our money, our resources, where our hearts are, where our mouths are. We put ourselves in the offering plate. We put our hearts in the offering plate. One of the deepest, most moving stories for me is Jesus encountering Peter. After Peter had denied him, after Peter had betrayed him, after Peter ran away with all the other disciples, left Jesus alone by himself to die, Jesus rose again. And his meeting with Peter, I don't know exactly how Peter felt, but I think he felt it deep in his bones. There was something not right with what he had done. And then Jesus is asking him, Peter, do you love me? And Peter looks back at Jesus and says, Lord, I love you. And Jesus asks him again, Peter, do you love me? And Peter turns around. You know, Jesus, that I love you. And Jesus tells him, feed my sheep. Care for my flock, do my ministries, be proud, be hands of Jesus in action. And Jesus asks him again, Peter, do you love me? And at that point, you can see Peter tearing up because Jesus is asking again, and is asking Peter to go deeper into loving him. And Peter turns back to Jesus and says, I love you. You know it. And Jesus tells him, feed my sheep. Care for God's creation. Be God's welcoming family for all people. Feed the hungry. Nurture the children. Visit the sick. Care for those who are hurting. My friends, Jesus, I deeply believe, is asking you, each one of you, and Jesus is asking me personally today, right here and right now, do you love me? Do you love me, Susan? Do you love me, Mary? Do you love me, Lois? Do you love me, Fred? Do you love me, Deb? Do you love me, John? Jesus is asking us that question. Do you love me? What will be your response to that question?